we got to talk about the Olympics because I don't know if you've been watching the Olympics, but we've been catching some here or there. And there's been some delightful developments. We brought to you an AM update, and I'm sure you've been following somewhat, the story of this figure skater, Amber Glenn, who is extremely annoying and calls herself a woke bitch. She decided before she went over there to get into her pansexuality and how it's so hard to be this kind of person in Trump's America because he's so awful and he hates gays, I guess. She didn't really elaborate, but I suppose that's what she's saying because she said it's been very tough for gays under the Trump administration. So she, as I guess some sort of pansexual person on the world stage, decided she needed to speak out for the absence of LGBTQ rights in America, where gays have complete equal parity. So much so that their organizations have now been faced with the choice of either disbanding or getting on board the trans agenda. And to the extent they get on board the trans agenda, all the gays have abandoned them. Just because you're gay or lesbian doesn't mean you're a nut. Most normal gays and lesbians have taken one look at this trans agenda and said, I'm out. It's a divorce. I just wanted to be true to who I was and my sexuality, which obviously is inborn. And I'm not for chopping off the balls and penises of little boys who have a moment of gender confusion. Not my thing. Okay, glad? Think you kind of forgot the mission. In any event, she's still out there claiming it's all the same. And it's a very, very difficult country to be in if you're LGBTQ. Okay, sure it is. So she decides, rather than to focus on her skating, to focus on the letter brigade and lecturing us all about how America needs to do better. And then she was part of the women's skating team that won gold. She was one cog in that wheel. So cool. She got one gold medal. But, and by the way, after she won her one gold medal, she came out and was very nasty. And once again, came out with her little, I'm a woke bitch, whatever. Do we have that, Deb? Is that SOT 27? I'm not sure if we cut that one. In any event, she did come out, and gave a little nasty, like, I'm a woke bitch and I'm not sorry. Well, guess what? Didn't go so well for Amber when she had to perform alone for her own individual gold medal. They had the short program the other night. It didn't go well for her. Take a look at SOT 28.
No.
Whoa. 0
Doesn't-
points for that double
She does a
loop.
triple axel, and then she doesn't do what needed to happen after, which was some sort of another jump. So she got nothing. No points.
And the look
She
says
cries
it all.
on the ice. She's crying as she gets off the ice. And indeed, she placed 13th. Lucky number 13 was awaiting Amber. And I'll tell you something. It's not, maybe it is divine right order, quite honestly. But what I really think is she allowed herself to get distracted. She was so focused on delivering her, let's go LGBTQs. And really what she means is TQs, because everybody else is fine. That she wanted to make the Olympics about her and her cause, as opposed to making it about us and our country, like the Olympics are supposed to be. And you know what Americans did who understand the actual mission behind the Olympics and what our athletes should sound like? They turned on her. They turned on her so much she had to shut down her social media. Now, if you are at the Olympics and you have to shut down your social media, you've made a grave error. You've done something very wrong, because Americans are very, very much inclined to support their athletes when they're abroad competing for our country. Very. And they will forgive a lot. They could not care less if you have a poor performance. It's not like being an Eagles fan. I'm married to one, so I know. They'll stick by you. Look what happened to Ilya Malinin the other night when he was he's like God's gift to ice skating. He's superhuman. His world championship skate was like the greatest skate that ice skating has ever seen. And he got out there for this gold medal performance and completely botched it. He had a terrible night on February 13th. The country didn't turn on him. Everybody felt empathy for him. We were cheering for him anyway. All we all wanted to do was give him a hug and say, don't worry about it. We're so proud of you. You'll get him the next time. And then there was a great story about how all these top athletes started calling Ilya The only name I remember is Tom Brady, but it really made me respect Tom Brady. I have to say, very, very classy move of Tom, who called Ilya to say, like, don't worry about it, man. And like, that's great. That's a world-class A+ athlete reaching out to another to say, I've been there. I've humiliated myself. And there's nothing that a news anchor or even a civilian could say to a guy like Ilya that would be as much of a soft place to fall as Tom Brady saying, let me tell you about my face plants. So that's great. America will stand behind its athletes if they fail. They will not stand behind someone who bashes the country, especially on the world stage, after we've literally wrapped them in the stars and stripes. I've been through enough of these. We've talked about it. It's a no. It's like one of the few moments where we really feel patriotic and we get behind one another and we feel super proud of the American flag and the American anthem. And you can get in trouble just not for singing. But this girl who gets out there and tries to lecture America on its civil rights because of the TQ issue. I mean, she lumps the whole thing in because she understands she's not part of TQ. I don't know if she is or not. Who the hell knows what pansexual is? That's made up too. You attention needy skater. So she went down in flames and we enjoyed it. That's what happened. And what she needs to do now, Amber, Glenn, to regroup is to take a lesson. Okay, she needs to take a lesson from an athlete who did get it right. A skater who went out. He's on Team USA. He's on the hockey team. And he was asked after we beat Sweden how he feels. His name is Quinn Hughes, how he felt about the win. He's very measured, kind of like, he's not overly emotional, but man, does he nail it. Listen here to Quinn Hughes, Top 33.
USA flags all over the place. You could hear the chants. What's that atmosphere like?
Yeah, it's special. I mean, I love the U.S. and it's the greatest country in the world. So happy to represent it here with these guys, and that's really special.
That's it. That's all it takes. By the way, they're about to skate in the final game against our evil Top Hat, Canada, who's been cheating left and right in these games. My God, the curling controversy, I can't get over it. That guy, Mark Kennedy, who keeps getting caught pressing the stone, touching the stone after he's no longer allowed to touch the stone. Now he's complaining that he was unfairly videotaped doing his cheating. He's like, I was unfairly, surreptitiously videotaped. Not unfairly, but surreptitiously, I guess. First, the Swedes did it because they knew he was going to cheat, and sure enough, he did. And then the Swiss had to compete against him, and he got caught doing the same thing. And for the first time, Switzerland went non-neutral and said, cheater! And these refs in curling are pathetic, I have to say. Then the Canadian women's team did it too. Look at him. He touched the stone. You're never allowed to touch the stone. Look at this. You are not allowed to touch the stone, period. And you can't touch any part of the rock once it crosses that hog line. But look at him. He's touching the stone. That is touching the stone. He touched that stone just as much as Harrison Ford romanced his. We all saw it. And apparently he did it not only against the Swedes, but then again against the Swiss. And so did the Canadian women's team. So let's see if their hockey team is just like their curling team, because you, sir, have humiliated yourself and your country. International disputes, inflation, rising national debt, digital currency. There is a never-ending list of reasons gold has risen over 700% in the last 20 years. And a never-ending list of reasons smart Americans diversify a portion of their savings into precious metals with Birch Gold Group. Gold can thrive during uncertainty, which is why it is a crucial part of a balanced strategy. It gives you peace of mind given all the events that could impact the U.S. economy. See if holding gold in a tax-sheltered retirement account is right for you. Birch Gold can help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold. Just text MK to the number 989898 to receive your free info kit on gold. There's no obligation, just useful information. With an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers, consider letting Birch Gold help you diversify with gold, so you too can have peace of mind regardless of the uncertainty. Text MK to the number 989898. And that leads me to Eileen Gu. Eileen Gu was born in America to, I think, an American father and a Chinese mother. And she was raised here. She went to Stanford. She had this privileged upbringing in San Francisco, all the gifts, becomes this world-class skier. And then, because she got a big fat check from China, she claims it was to inspire young Chinese athletes. She decided to skate in the Olympics under the Chinese flag. So she gets all the advantages of being an American. She gets all the support from her fellow Americans. She takes an education at an American university, and one of our most prestigious. And then she flies the coop to go compete for China, where she reportedly got a check. Okay, so that's Eileen Gu's values. And Eileen Gu is the heavy favorite to win a couple of golds this week. She did win gold earlier in the Olympics, but instead she took silver. She couldn't quite get it done. And someone asked her about it. And you tell me whether this is a likable person. Here she is.
Do you see these as 2 silvers gained or 2 golds lost?
I'm the most decorated female free skier in history. I think that's an answer in and of itself. How do I say this? Winning a medal at the Olympics is a life-changing experience for every athlete. Doing it 5 times is exponentially harder because every medal is equally hard for me, but everybody else's expectations rise, right? And so the 2 medals lost situation, to be quite frank with you, I think is kind of a ridiculous perspective to take. I'm showcasing my best skiing. I'm doing things that quite literally have never been done before. And so I think that is more than good enough. But thank you.
Oh my God, she's stomach turning. The self-aggrandizing, self-flattery, the sneering, I'm the best. You will love me. Fucking enjoy China, okay? Enjoy China. Goodbye. We don't care. We don't want you. I'm so glad you're enjoying your silver. By the way, I don't think China's going to be happy with that. Hate to break it to you. They're kind of like really prone to demands for excellence. Here's the stats on her. She's the highest paid Winter Olympic athlete in the world, making an estimated $23 million in 2025 alone, amid partnerships with Chinese companies, including the Bank of China and some Western companies. She's never spoken out publicly against China's alleged human rights abuses, of course, because they won't allow that. You're not going to get your payday if you do that, Eileen. No, she hasn't said anything, including what they've done to the Uyghurs and so on, because she wants her check. And then when that reporter asks, like, the sweetest thing, like, is that a win of 2 silvers or a loss of 2 golds to the person who was favored to win the golds, she gets her nasty, sneering self onto a reporter who probably makes $35,000 a year to effectively slap him down because she's Eileen Gu for China. Well, fuck off. Enjoy China, okay? See how you do over there. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.